When you were 7, one summer felt endless. Now, entire years disappear before you notice. So, where did all that time go? You probably remember the feeling. Long afternoons, clouds drifting across the sky. A single day felt like an adventure. Today it's completely different. Yesterday felt like March. Now it's somehow June. The calendar moves faster every year. People always ask the same question. Where did the time go? The surprising answer is, it never went anywhere. Time still moves exactly as it always has. Your brain is what changed, and understanding why reveals something remarkable. Many people explain this with simple math. It's called the proportional theory. At first, it sounds convincing. When you're 5 years old, 1 year is 20% of your entire life. That makes every summer feel enormous. By age 50, 1 year is only 2% of your life. So every year seems much smaller by comparison. It's an interesting idea, and part of it is true. But there's one major problem. Your brain doesn't experience time like a calculator. It experiences time like a living machine. And that's where the real story begins. Inside your brain is an internal clock, not one with gears or numbers. It's built from billions of neurons firing every second. When you were young, those neurons fired incredibly fast. Your brain captured more of the world every moment. Life felt fuller because it literally processed more information. Think of it like a camera. A higher frame rate captures more detail. A lower frame rate misses tiny moments in between. As you grow older, that frame rate slowly drops. The outside world doesn't speed up. Your brain simply records fewer mental snapshots. That means the same hour contains less information. It feels lighter, shorter, and easier to forget. In 2019, researcher Adrian Bejan proposed a fascinating explanation. As we age, the pathways carrying neural signals become longer and more complex. Each signal takes slightly more time to travel. The difference is tiny. You'd never notice it in a single day. But over decades, those tiny delays begin to reshape how time feels. The clock on your wall hasn't changed. The clock inside your head has. And that's only half of the mystery. Because another system is quietly working in the background. It doesn't measure time. It measures memories. And this second system may have an even bigger impact. It decides which moments stay with you and which ones disappear forever. Think about your first trip to the beach, or your first day at a new school. Everything felt unfamiliar. Everything mattered. As a child, almost every experience was brand new. Your brain couldn't rely on old patterns. It had to build fresh connections with every discovery. That takes an incredible amount of energy. By age 5, your brain uses nearly 2/3 of your body's resting energy. It's constantly learning how the world works. When something is new, your brain pays close attention. It stores more details. Those details become rich, lasting memories. Here's the surprising part. Your brain doesn't just experience time. It also estimates time by counting memories. The more memories it stores from an experience, the longer that experience feels when you look back. This tiny detail changes everything. Researchers tested this with a simple experiment. People viewed a series of identical images. Then one unexpected image suddenly appeared. Every image stayed on the screen for exactly the same amount of time, but participants believed the new image lasted longer. Their brains had simply processed it more deeply. The same thing happens during frightening moments. People in car accidents or skydives often say, "Time slowed down." The clock didn't change. Their brains switched into maximum recording mode. Every detail was captured with incredible clarity. That's why those moments seem to last forever in memory. Now compare that to your life today. You drive the same roads, follow the same routine, meet the same people. Your brain recognizes almost everything. It no longer needs to study every detail. Instead, it takes shortcuts. Entire days get compressed. Monday blends into Tuesday. Before you realize it, another week is gone. A month becomes a blur. A year feels impossible to remember. Not because nothing happened, but because your brain barely recorded it. This is where the story takes a surprising turn. The way time feels while you're living it isn't the same as the way it feels when you remember it. Think about your last great vacation. It probably flew by. Every day disappeared before you wanted it to end. But look back on that vacation now. It feels rich, long, packed with unforgettable moments. Now think about an ordinary Tuesday at work. The clock barely moved. Every minute felt slow. Yet only a week later, you can hardly remember that Tuesday at all. Your brain stored almost nothing from it. That's the paradox. Exciting experiences pass quickly in the moment, but routine days disappear forever afterward, and that changes everything. Here's the trade-off most people never realize. A comfortable life feels manageable day by day, but in memory, it can disappear almost completely. A life filled with new experiences is different. It seems to fly by while you're living it. Yet years later, it feels rich, detailed, and surprisingly long. That means the length of your life isn't measured only by years, it's also measured by the memories you create. Tomorrow, most people will repeat today. The same alarm, the same coffee, the same commute. Your brain already knows that story. It stops paying attention, and another ordinary day quietly slips away. But it doesn't have to stay that way. Your brain has been asking for one thing since childhood. Something simple, something powerful. Give it something new. Take a different road home. Learn a skill you've never tried. Visit a place you've never seen. Talk to someone outside your usual circle. Read a book that challenges your thinking. Break the pattern. Wake your brain up again. The clock on your wall has never changed, but the one inside your mind has been slowing for years. Novelty is one of the few things that can make life feel full again. Childhood felt endless because every day was a first. Adulthood feels shorter because too many days become reruns. So don't just count your years, fill them with moments worth remembering. If you enjoy uncovering human mysteries and stories, like this and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching. See you in our next discovery.